The warning had echoed across every communication channel in the galaxy for over 2 decades. Earth's borders were closed. No ship, no transmission, no probe was permitted within the Sol system. The Terran defense grid had made this abundantly clear when they obliterated 3 exploration vessels that had wandered too close to the outer markers. Commander Vex of the Galactic Empire's Third Fleet stared at the holographic display showing the Forbidden Zone. Red warnings pulsed around the entire system, marking it as the most dangerous area in known space, not because of natural hazards, but because of what humanity had become. "Sir, the Emperor's orders are clear," his aide, Lieutenant Kane, said quietly. "We are to establish a forward base in the Sol system and begin preliminary scans of Earth's defenses. The Empire requires those resources." Vex nodded grimly. The Empire had grown too large, consumed too much. Earth's rich deposits of rare minerals and the planet's strategic location made it too valuable to ignore any longer. The Emperor had decided that 2 decades of isolation was enough. "Prepare the fleet," Vex commanded. "We advance on Earth tomorrow." The next morning, 100 Imperial warships dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of the Sol system. Immediately, alarms began blaring across every bridge. The space around them wasn't empty, as their long-range scans had suggested. Massive structures floated in the void, each one the size of a moon. "Sir," the sensor officer called out, his voice trembling, "I'm reading thousands of defensive platforms. Energy signatures are ... unprecedented." Before Vex could respond, a transmission crackled through their communications array. The voice was calm, almost bored. "This is Admiral Ross of the Terran Defense Command. You have entered restricted space. You have 30 seconds to reverse course or face the consequences." Vex straightened in his command chair. "This is Commander Vex of the Imperial Third Fleet. By order of Emperor Marcus, we claim this system for the Galactic Empire. Stand down immediately." There was a pause, then something that might have been a chuckle. "Commander, you seem to be under the impression that your empire has authority. Here, you have 20 seconds. Fire warning shots," Vex ordered. "Show them we mean business." The Imperial fleet's forward destroyers unleashed a barrage of plasma bolts toward the nearest defense platform. The shots simply vanished, absorbed by some kind of energy field that barely flickered. 10 seconds, Admiral Ross said. "All ships, battle formation," Vex commanded. "Prepare for full assault." The countdown reached 0. What happened next would be remembered as the shortest battle in galactic history. The defense platforms didn't fire conventional weapons. Instead, they emitted a strange, pulsing energy that seemed to reach out and touch each Imperial ship individually. One by one, the warships simply stopped working. Engines died, weapons powered down, life support systems faltered. "Sir, we're losing everything," Kane reported, panic creeping into his voice. "It's like they're turning off our ships, piece by piece." Vex watched in horror as his mighty fleet became floating coffins. Emergency power kicked in on his flagship, but he knew it wouldn't last long. "How is this possible?" Admiral Ross's voice came through the comm system again, now addressing the entire fleet. 23 years ago, Earth closed its borders because we were tired of galactic politics. We wanted to be left alone to develop in peace. We gave everyone fair warning. The commander felt his ship shudder as more systems failed. What do? You want? What we've always wanted, to be left alone. But since you've chosen to ignore our clearly stated boundaries, let me explain what Earth has been doing during our isolation. The main view screen flickered to life, showing images that made Vex's blood run cold. Massive shipyards orbited Earth, each one capable of producing vessels that dwarfed anything in the Imperial Navy. Planetary defense grids that could crack moons. weapons that seemed to bend reality itself. We didn't just hide, Commander. We evolved. While your empire was busy conquering primitive worlds and squabbling over resources, we solved energy scarcity. We mastered matter manipulation. We learned to build machines that think faster than biological minds ever could. Through the failing life support systems, Vex could see his crew struggling to breathe. "Please," he gasped. "We surrender." "Surrender?" Admiral Ross sounded genuinely surprised. "Commander, you seem to think this is a negotiation. You brought weapons into our home. You threatened our people. You ignored our warnings." The lights on the command deck flickered and died. Emergency illumination cast eerie shadows across the bridge. "What happens now?" "Now, you get to carry a message back to your Emperor. Tell him that Earth is no longer asking to be left alone. We're demanding it. The next fleet that enters our system won't be disabled. It will be destroyed." Power suddenly returned to the Imperial ships. Engines hummed back to life, weapon systems rebooted, life support resumed normal operation. But something had changed. Every ship's computer now displayed the same message. "Property of Earth Defense Command. Temporary loan for message delivery. Purposes: you have 1 hour to leave our system," Admiral Ross continued. "After that, we start testing our new planet-cracking weapons." "And Commander? Tell your Emperor that we've cataloged every world in his empire. If he sends another fleet, we'll visit each one personally." The transmission ended. Vex stared at the tactical display, showing his fleet surrounded by defense platforms. That could have erased them from existence with a thought. His hands shook as he gave the order to retreat. As the Imperial fleet limped back toward the hyperspace jump point, Vex realized that humanity hadn't just closed its borders. They had evolved beyond the need for the galaxy's approval. Earth had become something new, something that made the mighty galactic empire look like children playing with toys. The warning had been clear for 23 years. The empire had chosen to ignore it. Now they would live with the consequences.